Hey YouTubers, welcome back to the channel, and we're going to be going back into the 2023 Chevy Colorado Trail Boss. We've already done the lift, the wheels and tires, the front air dam removal, LED headlights, many other things, and much more to come, so stay tuned for those videos. But today we're going to be installing the front skid plate and switching out my black tow hooks to the red tow hooks. I did not special order this truck, it's just the way it came. I prefer the red tow hooks, and they were $100. Better than repainting the black ones, and if I'm already going to remove them to powder coat them, I might as well just get the red ones anyways. So that's what I did. So we're going to be installing the red tow hooks. I'm sure not many people are going to be doing that, but I will show the install of the skid plate as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. So here you kind of have a plastic skid plate, if you want to call it that. It's just a cover basically. First thing you're going to want to do is look around the front perimeter of the plastic cover. You're going to have little push pins here that you can just use a small screwdriver on. I've just popped mine open. It's not going to be all of them, just the 5 that are actually attached to this, and you'll just go ahead and do all of those, 3 across the middle and then 2 in the corners, and then you're going to have 5 fasteners here, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5. And the skid plate that you order from GM does not come with instructions. It states you can find them online. Not everything from GMC or Chevrolet has instructions included. The skid plate is one of those items, so it should be simple enough. This is the skid plate. I'll post some pictures. It does have some scratches. Basically, from what I've gathered talking to other people that have ordered them, is they basically make these and then they stack them on top of each other. And you see this, I've actually wet sanded and polished this thing. It looks way better than it did before. You can still see some of it. If it wasn't a skid plate, I would have some issues. We'd be having some problems, and it would be getting sent back. But it's a skid plate, and I don't plan on just getting this thing for show. It is going to be used, so I'm not too upset about it. I just wish GM would do a little bit better job of packaging or protecting these things, because they are quite expensive. So other than that, I did wet sand and polish them a little bit. It definitely improved it a lot, but it's not perfect. But that's the skid plate, and here's the hardware you get with it. So you have a bunch of miscellaneous hardware. I don't really know what goes to what. When we remove the fasteners out of the original cover, I'll figure out what goes where. And then they also include the other cover, which I don't think a lot of people have really figured out exactly what it goes to. I think it's up further. I'm not too worried about that. If I remove this cover and I see where it can go, then we'll install it, but I'm not too worried about that. I don't know if it's for around the cooler or what, but let's go ahead and get this thing installed. Alright, so we got all the plastic clips out. Now we will remove the bolts that are 13 millimeter. Pretty short ones up front, and in the rear to be the same length all around. Let me go ahead and remove this now. So there's the factory plastic skid plate cover. Let's go ahead and take a look up here. So here you have the cooler, your automated blades. These open and close depending on temperature to let more air flow through. It's a pretty nice little feature. So I think I kind of know how this goes. I could be totally wrong. I don't think I'm going to install it, but I think it kind of protects. The arms go up on the front of the frame, and then this would bolt here. Obviously I can't get it up. It looks like you would have to remove some of this here in order to get the longer arms up in on front, and I'm not disassembling all of the front bumper to do all of that. I think the skid plate itself is going to be just fine. Now I'm going to be swapping out the tow hooks real quick. It is going to be 2 bolts for each one, and they're gonna be 18 millimeter. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove those now and get the new ones out of the box. Careful, don't drop a nut on your face. Very easy to access. And there we are. I will take these little rubber shields, we'll take them off of here, and we'll place them on the new tow hooks. So the new tow hooks do include new hardware as well. I'm just gonna reuse these. There you can see, I believe these are like the ZR2 design. So it does have a slightly different shape, which I actually kind of like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get these installed. They are going to be angled down like this. Installed just like so. I'm gonna go ahead and pass both of these through, hold it in place. And you want to go back and forth because you are going to clamp these down. They are a little loose. You want to check each one a couple times. There we go. Old versus the new, or black versus the red. So I like that a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and then we'll get the skid plate installed. Tow hooks are installed. You will need the fasteners for the skid plate. You don't need these, they're already installed. The fasteners are the same size, just different lengths. The black fasteners in here are, I believe, for the black cooler guard panel, which we're not installing. Here is the original fastener. Here's what's included in the kit. You're gonna need these longer ones because the skid plate has spacers, so you need longer fasteners for those three. And then the back two, you can use the old fasteners if you would like. They do work, but they include these that are a T40 and the washer's a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these just because I think they're gonna hold a little bit better. Let's go ahead and get this thing installed. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment down below. So, as you guys could hopefully see, I just held it up, started the middle fastener, then adjusted it and got the two outside fasteners. Then I went ahead and started these two in the back. But now I'm just gonna go ahead and snug them up and get this thing nice and tight up against the body. Alrighty, so there it is. The install of the red tow hooks and the skid plate. So that's it. We got the T40s tightened in the back. You guys all snugged up. I believe these holes here are for bolting that black panel to this one as well, because it would be sitting right in here. Once again, I'm just not going to remove this front bumper in order to get access to these. I will hold on to it just in case for some reason I ever tear this thing apart and want to install it, but I believe the fasteners would pass through the skid plate into this threaded portion here, and then this goes into one of the frame bars that run across, and then this goes into the frame bar in front right behind the bumper. So I think it turned out really nicely. A lot more clearance for my wheels ever since I took the air dam off, and I'm really happy with the skid plate. I just wish GM would take better care of these after they make them. But if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer it, and stay tuned for future videos. We'll be doing a lot more installs and customization to the truck. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to smash that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.